So, Governor, you tried to push through a set of tax cuts in your final months in office. Your successor, Maura Healey, likes many of them, but not the ones benefiting those at the top of the income bracket, like cutting short-term capital gains. Is that a mistake?
Well, first of all, I was thrilled to hear the governor-elect and the lieutenant governor-elect talk about cutting taxes because there are a lot of people in Massachusetts who would benefit from the tax cuts we proposed. Most of our tax cuts were directed at particular populations that we think struggle the most. You know, renters, senior citizens, low-income taxpayers. Massachusetts tax low-income people harder than the federal government does, which is kind of weird and completely inappropriate. And we had tax cuts in there for dependent care as well. And I would like to see the whole package move, but I've never expected since the day I took office that I would ever get back from the legislature whatever exactly I submitted. So,
but both the income levels you think should get a piece of the action?
I think there's a big competitive issue for Massachusetts around the estate tax. Okay, we have the most aggressive estate. There are only 15 or 16 states that even have an estate tax. And there's a lot of bipartisan support. But the estate tax made it through both branches and was in the conference committee's bill that got to the 1 yard line. Yeah. That's a problem. And on short-term capital gains, no one has a short-term capital gains tax like ours.
Okay, so now we're going to go for quick answers to a series of questions that we sort of call the lightning round.
Oh, so this isn't, we're not going to have a pop quiz?
No, there's no the pop quiz.
Of the pop quiz.
Right, exactly. This is an advanced version of the pop quiz.
Okay.
Should Jim Lyons continue to lead the Republican Party?
No.
Should debt for students be forgiven?
No.
Are you relieved to step out of the spotlight?
Yes.
Who will you miss most? The reporters shoving microphones in your face, or demonstrators outside your home, your front door, or people who want instant answers to statewide crises? I've given you three options. If you have a fourth, go for it.
Miss most.
Miss most.
Miss Rice.
What will you miss most?
What was the third one?
People that want
demonstrators outside your front door, or people who want instant answers to statewide crises.
Probably number three.
Number three?
Yeah.
But you're thrilled just to have reporters come and visit you all the time.
No, I'm not thrilled to have that. But I'm, the problem on all of those is the protesters. That was really tough on my neighbors. All right. The other two, they just kind of come with the job.
Okay. How happy are you that Twitter may fade away?
Look, I've said many times, and I said it in that lecture I gave at Harvard, that I think social media is not representative, for the most part, especially when it comes to politics, of where most Americans are. And I think it gives people a false sense about the division in this country. And I also believe that, just being able to go like this and call somebody a name and be snarky and nasty and mean is not the way people would behave if they had to do it this way, okay? So I have huge problems with that. I found a lot of really interesting analysis, researchers, scientists, political commentators on Twitter I never would have found otherwise, who I follow and I learn a lot from. That part I really like and I appreciate. But I do believe that if Twitter goes away, something else will replace it.
And you are, because this is airing before Thanksgiving, you are thankful for?
I'm thankful for the people in the Commonwealth being so incredibly kind, gracious, and thoughtful with me and my wife and my family for the past 8 years. And I'm certainly thankful for everything and all things associated with my own family.
Nothing wrong with leaving office being named the most popular governor
in the country.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Governor
and
Baker.
By the way, congratulations to you too, Janet.
Thank you very much.
You will be
Governor.
missed.
Thanks.
Well, see, that's what people say about both of these people at this table. See, Governor,
Thank
you
goodness
for
you're
being
staying.
with us. No, I don't know about that, but thank you, Governor.